Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I open one of these coconuts. First of all, these coconuts have 3 holes at the top, and 2 of them are very hard and 1 of them is always soft. And so you can just tap on them and it's easy to know which one is which. I use a large pair of scissors and I just kind of jam the scissors through the hole and twist it around so I get enough hole to open up the coconut. And so what I do first is I actually open that hole and then I pour out the coconut into a glass, the coconut water or coconut milk. Then what I do is I heat the coconut. So I don't put any water in the pot, it's just a big iron kettle, and I put it on low heat and I put the coconut in. I'm not trying to cook it, I'm just going to put it in for maybe 3 minutes, and what I'm doing is warming up essentially the shell, which helps to separate the create at least a partial separation of the meat inside the shell from the shell, so that when I break it open it's much easier to pry the meat away, but I'm not cooking the meat or heating it up more than a really low temperature. So that's the first part. Okay, so now I'm at the part, I hope the camera is seeing this. It's where I'm going to break it open. It's actually, I don't know if you can see it, but it's already cracked along here just from heating it up a little bit. I've never used a hammer. Normally I just beat it on the floor, but I saw this in a video, so I just kind of move it around in a circle around the radius, and you can see it's just already breaking open in a couple of places. So so now I've got it broken open. I'm going to see if I can break it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so step 2 after you heat it up is to simply break it. I break it usually in 3 or 4 or 5, 6 pieces, whatever it breaks up into, because it's easier for me to pry out the meat. So that's the next step. We'll go back to the kitchen. Okay, so the final step is just to pry the meat away from the shell, and what I do is I just get in here with a steak knife and I just try to get it started in a few different places. And if it doesn't come up too easy, it probably means that I needed to heat it just a few minutes longer. But and that might be the case with this one. I kind of rushed it. And this is a big piece. It's one of the reasons I like to break it up into a few extra pieces, but usually I can get either small pieces to break away, or the whole piece eventually comes up like this, and and then I repeat. Let's see with this one if I can get it out a little easier. Da-da. Whoa. So yes, of course, you want to be patient and be a little careful with your knife. And that's about it. That's how I open these coconuts, and then I use them in my smoothies, or I just eat them raw. Good stuff.